All right, so a lot of us have got a lot more time on our hands right now. And how are we using that time? That's what we're going to talk about on this episode of Legends of Podcasting. Now, joining me in the Wave Rider, we have
Stuart, Ross,
and I'm Liam. Rob's having a little bit of technical difficulty right now, but hopefully he'll get to join us in the episode. So let's jump into it. All right, so for me, I haven't actually had that much time on my hands so far, so I've had a lot of work. But you, Stuart, you have had some time in your hands, so you've been able to start rewatching some stuff. What are you checking out?
Yeah, so I'm one of the people that's downloaded Disney Plus on Tuesday, and been scrolling through that. So I started watching a bit of Mandalorian again, and also found all these old amazing cartoons, including the Silver Surfer one from the 90s. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's the worst cliffhanger ever before they cancelled the show, where it's literally the worst. It's like the biggest thing ever. You go, oh my god, how are they going to fix that? And then they cancelled the show, so you'll never find out. So bad. Yeah, please go watch it. The 90s. Was it the 90s Spider-Man? There's like a 60s Spider-Man. All that kind of cool stuff.
Spider-Man is awesome.
Yeah, 90s Spider-Man. It's like one of the things that got us all into comic books and everything else.
Yep. That and the X-Men one as well.
That X-Men and Batman animated series is what were remade.
They were the top three.
Comic book lovers. So so that's pretty much what I've been watching. But I know Ross has been watching, binge watching.
Yeah. Well, I've started to binge watch the cinematic universe of Marvel. So I'm through the first 6, which is the first page up to Avengers. But I've got a bit of a dilemma now because I don't like Iron Man 3 at all, and it's the next one on the list. And I remember, I think it was when Infinity War was coming out, I watched them through again, and I skipped a couple to try and get them all done. And I've only ever seen a film once in cinemas. Do I watch Iron Man 3?
Scarred you that much?
Because I absolutely loved Iron Man in the first 2 films and Avengers. And then when Iron Man 3 came out, I hated the character. And it wasn't until probably Infinity War that I started to like him again. Because he was kind of shown as the enemy a little bit in Civil War.
And Age of Ultron as well.
Yeah. So I'm like, do I go back and watch it?
No, don't do it.
What do you guys think of Iron Man 3? What do you think of it?
You've got time. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, that is the flip side of it. If you want to do it properly, you have to, and just see it change. But I just remember that film has so many weird decisions in it that just don't follow the rest of the universe. You know, like how it was like, we're building this universe, we're doing all these movies, they're all linked together, and then this one came along and was just like, the stuff that Tony Stark did in all the other movies, fuck that, we're gonna do our own thing, and just completely negated the whole second movie. That's one of the worst things about it, because the second movie obviously he's dying because of palladium poisoning. And he's going to die and he's giving away everything. And then the third one, at the end, he just has an operation to take the arc reactor out. It's like, well, if it was that freaking easy, why are you doing the second movie?
Yeah. Why did it take you so long?
And the thing is, and then he obviously he doesn't have the arc reactor anymore, but every other film from then onwards, he's still wearing a reactor on his chest. Yeah. Apart from maybe Age of Ultron. But every other one? He's got
the nanotech on the other.
He's still wearing one. So to me, it's like, if you don't watch it, you don't really miss out on a lot. You just wonder where suits 8 to 42.
1 to 42 go, because they blew up. But
No, I mean, if you didn't watch him and you didn't know where Mark 842 was, why is he now on 43 in Age of Ultron?
Very true, very true. It's what's the other bit of the movie on me as well? Oh yeah, when he calls out the Mandarin. I think he said Mandalorian now, that's because I was watching it. The Mandarin, he goes, come and try and stop me, come to my house, and then he does, and he puts on the one suit that doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's like you've got 41 other suits in the basement, man. Where one of them? Where's the prototype one that doesn't work? I hate
that suit, man, because in the first one, he builds a Mark III, goes out for his first time in Afghanistan, and he gets hit by a tank shell. Knocks him straight to the ground, and all he has is a couple of scrapes and scratches on it. And the Mark 42 hits railings, it hits trucks, it just falls apart. It's like, how is that an upgrade?
Was it in the Mark 7 in Avengers, right? Took on the freaking Chitauri. It's like,
yeah,
come on. Yeah, no, it's a weird old film. I don't know. It was more about. I guess it was more about can Tony Stark be and also why, if he's got the arc reactor which has unlimited power on him, why he needs a car battery to keep charging the suit as well. He's carrying that car battery for ages. Like, anyway, so many things I don't like about that film. But yeah, I mean, talking to like films that I think you were saying before we came on, there's a vote going on at the moment. Is it Iron Man 3 or Thor 2 that the worst
Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Marvel movies? I mean, what do you guys think? What is the worst? What's the one that you don't watch? Obviously, we just talked about Iron Man 3. Other than Iron Man 3, are there any others that you would not ever miss watching? Liam, you want to jump in?
I think there's a few of them. I'm not in a rush to watch again. I mean, Iron Man 3, it's not a great movie. I agree with you guys on that. Thor 2 isn't that great, which is a shame. I really like the character of Thor.
Yeah, they had a lot of potential that one. They sort of bug it up a bit.
Captain America, I really like the character of Captain America, and I've read the comics for a long time. I found that first movie so disappointing that I haven't rewatched it. So Captain America...
I'm interested in that one because they actually follow the origin story really close in the first one.
They did. The thing that annoyed me with Captain America is that I feel like the whole movie, like we could have had a trilogy of Captain America movies that were all set during the war. You know, like it seems to me like that first movie was just a rush to get him to the modern day so that he can get him into the Avengers movie. And I feel like that's a shame. You could have done so much more with him just set back then. So that, for me, that's where the big disappointment on that part.
I sort of agree with you a little bit because even though I can't really fault the first Captain America movie, it's not one of the best. I can't really put my finger on why.
And it should have been. It's Captain America. It should have been the best.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
It's funny, I never liked Captain America growing up. I hated the character. Absolutely hated him. I used to call him nobody's favourite superhero. And it wasn't until Winter Soldier where I really started to like the character. Really liked him. And he became probably my top character.
I think that's credit for the Russos.
Yeah.
I love Winter Soldier, but for me, it's one of the movies. I watched it one time and I was still kind of annoyed and disappointed that from the first movie that I just didn't. I watched Winter Soldier one time. That was it. And just it's all like Liam. Just watch it again. Watch it again. It's a great movie.
Yeah, it's probably my favourite still.
That's
all of them.
Most people's favourite. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the turning point for me as well. So I used to watch the old '60s cartoon that when Captain America throws his mighty shield. That one. It was like the only cartoon you ever used to watch. And even the old movies were like pretty bad.
They were terrible.
Yeah, and I think it's quite interesting, right? Because I think we spoke about this on camera loads of times. But if you think about before the MCU came along, the Avengers and all the characters in the Avengers were like C-list superheroes. Like no one really liked them. You had the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Spider-Man were like Marvel's big trio of things. Because they didn't have any of the rights to them, they've managed to bring in all these characters and make them like everyone's favourites now. And they're the ones that are in Disney. They're the ones that you like get pictures with. Well, bar Spider-Man, they're the ones you get all the pictures with and everything. It's quite incredible feat that they did. But I'm sort of with you, Ross. Like Captain America his shield is pretty cool. It like flips and comes back, but never my favourite. But I have to say, like out of everyone in the MCU, Chris Evans and Captain America is my favourite character. I still well up when he finds out the Winter Soldier's Bucky. I watched it the other day with my daughter who loves watching him. Every time he realizes Bucky, I'm like, God, no. Oh God! And then it's quite an interesting one as well. So on the flip around, like going right to the other end of the MCU with Infinity War and Endgame, is your favourite out of those two?
Infinity War.
Yeah, even though Captain America got sidelined in that one, and that's more of
I know.
Iron Man.
Endgame had like the big moments, but I think from start to finish, the story was so strong in Infinity War because you didn't know how it was going. Like, I mean, it's obvious now because originally they said it was going to be two parts, but then they changed their mind and they called it two different things. But when going into that cinema, you didn't know it was going to end on a cliffhanger. You thought that was it. We didn't know Endgame was coming. So when you get to that moment and like everyone just disappears, you're like, what? And it was the one time the bad guy won. It was so good, and there's nothing about it that I was like Endgame. I can see there's a few mistakes in it and a few things that don't quite make sense because I think the time travel thing is so difficult to get right, 100%. Where Infinity War doesn't have that, it literally is a perfect movie. Because Iron Man for me was my favourite movie all the way up to that movie. Nothing beat it, and then that came out and it beat it, and it's still my favourite. Even though I still love Endgame, it's still great. Infinity War, I think, is a better movie overall for me.
For me, Infinity War, I thought it was a really good movie. Like, it gave you like everything you wanted in that movie. But I found the ending really. Apparently I just get annoyed at these movies. I got really annoyed when it reached the end because of the fact they were saying it's going to be 2 movies. It's going to be 2 movies. Then they're like, it's going to be 1. It's going to be a standalone movie. And you're watching Infinity War, and it gets towards the end. And then when you're getting towards that last bit, we're getting into the final act. Suddenly, you realize this isn't a standalone movie. This is half a movie. We're reaching the midway point.
Yeah.
And then I was just really annoyed. I'm like, I thought this was going to be a standalone movie, and it's not. And then I was just irritated come the end. But really enjoyed that movie more than Endgame. So I would say, despite the fact that the ending of Infinity War annoyed me, I say I like that more than Endgame.
Interesting. I'm gonna go against you guys. I think Endgame is a better movie.
No. Why?
Yeah.
It definitely has the bigger moments. 100%.
Yeah. It's a homage to all the other movies, which I thought was really great.
Mm-hmm.
And it has one of the best moment in the cinematic universe ever. I can't remember when we started talking about it as a joke. That we must have been asked Age of Ultron, right? Where Cap lifts the hammer up slightly in Age of Ultron, and we're like, oh, and then it gets destroyed in Ragnarok, and we're like, oh, we're never going to see that happen ever again. And I had a bet with a guy at work before Endgame came out, and we wrote 5 theories down each of what we thought was going to happen in that movie. And whoever got the most, got a tenner or something. And I put down as I wish this would happen, but it's not going to, is that Cap picks up Mjolnir and beats the crap out of Thanos would be the best moment ever in my entire life. I was like, sadly it's not going to happen because Mjolnir is obviously destroyed. And then Thor obviously brings it back in time. And you see that moment where he just grabs it. It's just like, that one scene.
Yeah, that was an amazing moment. That was so fun. That was one of those few points for me where normally I'm pretty quiet during a movie. When that happened, I was like, yeah!
I think we and Ross went to see, was it the midnight showing on the first show in the UK? And also, that is the first time ever I've struggled to get a ticket to the cinema.
Yeah.
We spent hours trying to get tickets. We were sitting separately at one point, and then I think we all got tickets, and then we managed to swap with a guy, another friend of mine, we managed to swap over. So I sit together. But yeah, that moment where he you see it hit Thanos, it comes back and catches the whole audience, because obviously you're at midnight showing where all the big fans are. It just erupted with a cheer. It was one of those moments that I'll never forget, and I still watch it. I still goosebumps happen. That bit, and obviously when he says Avengers Assemble as well. Yeah, those 2 moments are just like. Fuck yeah.
It's them 2 in the bit where they all come back through the circles from the past.
Yeah.
I feel like the bit where they all I look at that and you're like, oh, it's all these people. You look at it really, you're like, it's actually not that many characters that you care about. You've got a handful of characters you care about at the front and then a whole load of extras. Just kind of It would be so much cooler if they had X-Men and all the other franchises, and you could really fill that out with a whole load of really cool characters that you recognize in that. But this was just a whole bunch of extras that padded out.
Yeah, definitely.
It looked kind of epic, but all I thought when I saw that, I was like, all right, the cool people are at the front, and then it's kind of like Braveheart. Just you see a whole load of I like that guy. That was my thought. So we've just talked the whole through MCU. Now we're to present day. Is the MCU over? So many people I speak to seem to have that opinion. Do you guys care at all about anything that the MCU has planned coming up?
I think the hype train's definitely slowed down on it. I think they had the culmination of Endgame. I mean, Spider-Man Far From Home.
It's slowed down, fallen off the tracks, and crashed into it.
I think it's slowed down. I think the Spider-Man Far From Home was a great movie that a lot of people didn't bother going to see. A lot of people that
it's great.
I work with were like, I've seen Endgame now, so I'm done with it. I'm like, you need to go and see Far From Home. Great film. And some of the other stuff they're bringing out, I mean, it's going to be. Like, it's never going to. I don't think unless they start building on something again and being able to bring in the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, they're going to struggle to get hype that they got to obviously in Infinity War and Endgame. But I look with this Black Widow movie that's coming out. There's a bit of a random one thrown in. I think they certainly did it too late. Before
too late, like
Endgame.
Really late. I totally missed the boat on that. They should have released this years ago. After the first Avengers movie, we should have got her then.
I would have liked a Hawkeye movie as well, but they never did it. I'm excited for Doctor Strange too because I love him as a character. And then the Blade movie. I mean, I love the old Blade movies, so it'll be interesting to see that come out as well. As for the other, I mean, the TV shows I'm quite excited about as well. WandaVision, I'm a bit confused about. I think the Captain America Winter Soldier. Or Falcon Winter Soldier, TV show is going to be pretty good. So I'm looking forward to that.
I think the Loki one might be a bit more out there and a bit crazy because they can kind of go anywhere with that.
Yeah, well, apparently Krang's going to be. Was it Krang the Conqueror? He's going to be in it or something.
Oh, really? Krang the Conqueror? Yeah, apparently he's. They're going to be setting him up, potentially, in theory, setting him up to be the new big bad. That we're going to have in the next phase of the MCU. So he's going to be set up in the TV show. We check out previous 4 episodes of the audio podcasting. Me and Rob talk about this quite a bit. It's just a couple of episodes back. So anyone listening wants to right now, go check it out. Okay, stop right now. Go do that. Return.
Come back.
Continue. Don't forget to click subscribe. But yeah, apparently, King the Conqueror is supposedly going to be the Thanos of the next.
Kang, sorry. Saying Krang because I was watching Turtles earlier with my daughter. So sorry, Kang, not Krang.
King the Conqueror, which he's an interesting character because with the multiverse being established now in the MCU, thanks to Spider-Man and time travel being introduced in Endgame, and it's perfect for Kang the Conqueror to
it's coming to it
at this point.
Very cool.
So we've got to wrap things up here, guys.
Yeah. So sorry. The question that Ross asked was, should he watch Iron Man 3? So I guess if we can get comments in the below to answer that question.
You decide.
You decide if Ross is going to watch it or not.
Should Ross watch Iron Man 3? Yes, no, and give us a reason.
And then I'll come back with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 as well, because I don't like that movie that much either.
Yeah, no point in watching that one. That was such a fun movie.
Yeah, like, a lot of that phase is
fun. Lots of fun. Really enjoyed the first one. A whole lot of fun. Second one, just wanted to make some money. That's all they did there. So before we go, how else do you plan? So Ross is going to continue to work his way through the MCU. Stuart, how are you going to be filling your time?
I'm going to carry on watching the Fantastic Four cartoon, which I love, from the 90s, the great theme tune. I also found again today, the need no more. Which is, and also, the X-Men is on there as well. And what was the other random ones I found? I found with my daughter who's 4, she's like big into Disney. We found Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Oh yeah,
a couple of episodes of that. That was pretty cool. And DuckTales, the old DuckTales, not the new one. Woo-hoo. And Darkwing Duck as well.
Oh yeah. When there's trouble, you call DW.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there we go. And also I found. Did you ever remember this one?
Iron Man and the Hulk on there as well.
Yeah. 90s Iron Man on there, where he pulls his suitcase out and it drops down. That's on there.
He's got that big arm with a hammer and he's smashing it when he's making it in the intro. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. There's a random cartoon I saw as well, which is the Mighty Ducks cartoon, where it looks like. I don't think I've ever seen it, but I was like, because I used to like the old Mighty Ducks movies.
Are the movies on there? There must be.
Yeah, the first one is, I think. But the actual, the cartoon is about actual ducks with like powers from another planet, but team as well. I watched the theme tune and I was like, what? the hell is this? Yeah, it's called the Mighty Ducks. So they've got some proper like Rocky theme tune, which is I love the old classic Rocky theme tune. So yeah, the only other one I found was Avengers: World's Mightiest Heroes, which is the one before the Disney one, which again has an amazing theme tune. I've started rewatching that as well because I quite like that one. Lots of cartoons to watch for me. Oh, and the Rocketeers on there as well. I might have to watch that because I haven't seen that in ages. I love that movie.
Rocketeer is a cool movie.
Probably one of the first superhero movies I watched as a kid.
Well, for me, if I start to actually get some time on my hands, I'm going to catch up on a few TV shows I'm behind on. In particular, Star Trek Picard. I'm about 4 episodes behind.
I'm going to watch the finale tonight. I watched about 5 episodes the past 2 days. Really good. I mean, yeah, I'm not the biggest Trekkie in the world, but I used to love Next Generation, and they've done a really good job of it. So I'm there for the finale, probably after we finish this finale. Going to be awesome. So we can probably talk about that in another.
Better than Mandalorian?
No, it doesn't have a Baby Yoda in it, man, so I'm not too sure about that. I literally have my avatar on Disney Plus is Baby Yoda, so you can pick an avatar. So I was like, done.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for us at Legends Podcasting. Wherever you found this episode, be sure to click that subscribe button. So you're watching us on YouTube, you're probably already subscribed, but click it if you haven't. And you're listening to the audio version. Did you know there's a video version too? Head to YouTube. You can watch this and see the mysterious 4th member of the Legends of Podcasting.
What do you call you mysterious?
For a lot of people, it's like finding out there's a 5th Beatle. And like, oh, look, there's another one.
Fake news.
So yeah, click subscribe, and we'll see you next time. So until then, bye.
You know, stay safe, everyone.